There's a painful truth that every woman eventually faces. Desire is easy. Value is rare. A man can want you, chase you, even lose sleep over you, and still not see you. Because attention isn't love. Desire isn't respect. An obsession isn't commitment. You see, a man can desire what feeds his ego, but he values what feeds his soul. And that difference changes everything. When a man truly values you, he listens, not just to your words, but to your spirit. He's not just waiting for his turn to talk. He's genuinely trying to understand. He asks for your opinion, not because he's lost, but because he trusts your insight. He sees your mind as a strength, not a threat. And even when he disagrees, he still honors your perspective. That's value. When a man values you, he's mindful of how he speaks to you. He knows that words can build or break, and he chooses to build. Even in anger, even in stress, even when he's wrong, there's still respect. Because real men don't talk to the woman they love as if she's an enemy they have to win against. They talk to her like a partner they never want to lose. When a man values you, he doesn't want to change you. He doesn't see you as a project. He doesn't try to fix your fire, your edge, or your dreams. He might challenge you to grow, but not to become someone else. He values the woman you already are, and he gives you space to evolve naturally, not through control, but through support. And yes, when a man values you, he respects your boundaries. He doesn't test them to see how far he can push. He honors them because he knows that's where trust is born. And trust is sacred once broken. It rarely returns the same. But here's the deeper truth I want every woman to hear. Sometimes we confuse his effort for his essence. Just because he's giving you attention now doesn't mean he's ready for the responsibility of your heart. You have to watch for consistency, not intensity. Because real love doesn't burn fast, it burns steady. So stop chasing the man who only wants to taste your light. Start waiting for the man who wants to protect it. Because when a man truly values you, your presence calms him, your voice guides him, and your boundaries teach him how to love. That's not chemistry. That's connection. And that's the difference between being desired and being cherished. Asterisk. There's a reason so many people confuse desire with love, because desire feels intoxicating. It's loud, consuming, and immediate. It makes your heart race and your mind spin. It feels like fire. But fire alone doesn't build a home. It only burns it down if there's nothing solid underneath. A man can desire you deeply, your beauty, your energy, the way you make him feel alive, and yet not value you. Desire feeds the ego. It's about how you make him feel. But value feeds the soul. It's about how he chooses to see you. Desire says, I want you. Value says, I honor you. Desire says, you make me feel good. Value says, I want to make your life better. The distinction is critical. Because when a man values you, his intentions shift. He's not chasing validation, he's building connection. He's not just investing his time. He's investing his character. And the way he shows up changes everything. His effort becomes consistent, not convenient. His love becomes protection, not possession. But many women mistake the intensity of desire for the security of value. And that's where the heartbreak begins. Because a man who only desires you will give you attention. Until he doesn't, he will make promises until they no longer benefit him. His affection is conditional, rooted in what he receives, not what he gives. A man who values you, on the other hand, is patient. He listens. He respects your boundaries, even when it costs him comfort. He's not intimidated by your strength, he's inspired by it. He doesn't compete with your light, he contributes to it. So, don't let desire fool you into thinking it's love. A man's desire will chase you when it's easy, but his value for you will stay when it's hard. And here's the truth. When you begin to value yourself, when you decide that peace is worth more than attention, you attract men who think the same way. Because a man can only value you to the extent that you've shown him how to. So never confuse being wanted with being worthy. One fades when the thrill is gone. The other lasts when the soul recognizes home. Asterisk, one of the clearest signs that a man truly values you is simple. He listens. Not the kind of listening where he's just waiting for his turn to talk or nodding along to keep the peace. No. When a man values you, he listens to understand you. He listens because your thoughts matter to him, because your emotions have weight in his world. Listening is the language of respect. And respect is the foundation of love. See, any man can hear your words, but a man who values you will feel your words. He'll pay attention to the tone behind them, the pauses between them, the emotion that spills through them. Because he's not focused on defending himself, he's focused on connecting with you. When a man doesn't value you, conversations turn into competitions. Every disagreement becomes a war for control. You speak, and he dismisses. You share, and he debates. You express hurt, and he calls it overreacting. But when a man respects you, truly respects you, he stops trying to win. He starts trying to understand. That's the shift from ego to empathy. That's when love matures. And here's the thing most people overlook. Listening isn't just about sound. It's about presence. A man can sit right next to you and still be miles away. But when he values you, you can feel his focus. He's not scrolling through his phone while you talk. He's not minimizing your emotions. He's with you, fully, intentionally, silently. Because to him, your voice is not noise. It's guidance. When a man values you, he sees your mind as an asset, not a threat. He wants your perspective, even when it challenges his own. Because he understands something fundamental. Love isn't about agreement, it's about alignment. It's about learning to navigate two different worlds without trying to dominate either one. So when a man listens, truly listens, he's saying, you matter. Your world matters. Your feelings matter. When a woman feels heard, she softens, not out of submission, but out of safety. Because when you feel safe, you don't have to raise your voice to be understood. That's what emotional intimacy is. It's built on the quiet moments where two people stop trying to be right and start trying to be real. So remember this. A man who listens only to reply values being right, but a man who listens to understand values you. Asterisk, when a man values you, he doesn't try to change you. He doesn't criticize the way you love, the way you speak, or the way you dream. He doesn't shrink your personality to fit his comfort zone. Instead, he stands beside you, not in front of you, not behind you, beside you. Because real love isn't about control. It's about collaboration. You see, immature love says, you need to be who I want you to be so I can feel secure. But mature love says, I will stand by you while you become who you're meant to be. That's the difference between ownership and partnership. When a man values you, he understands that your evolution doesn't threaten the relationship, it strengthens it. He's not intimidated by your growth, your independence, or your ambition. He celebrates it. He understands that your light doesn't dim his. It expands the space you both share. But when a man is insecure, he tries to mold you. He uses subtle manipulation, guilt, silence, criticism to keep you small. Because your growth reminds him of his stagnation. And instead of growing with you, he tries to keep you where he feels comfortable beneath him, not beside him. A man who values you, though he's different. He knows that love is not about possessing a version of you that never changes. It's about witnessing your transformation and still choosing you through every stage. He's not afraid of your evolution, because he's committed to his own. When you say you want to start something new, he doesn't mock it. He supports it. When you express a boundary, he doesn't take it as rejection. He respects it. When you outgrow certain habits or people, he doesn't fight your change. He adapts with you. That kind of man sees your strength as a reflection of the depth of his love. Because real men don't compete with the women they love, they protect and empower them. And this is where emotional maturity comes in. A man who truly values you understands that love isn't supposed to trap you. It's supposed to free you. He wants to see you happy, not just when it benefits him, but when it fulfills you. Even if that means giving you space to find yourself. That's the kind of man who loves without fear. Because he's not drawn to your potential, he's committed to your purpose. So don't settle for someone who loves the version of you that fits his comfort. Wait for the one who stands steady while you grow beyond his expectations. Because the right man doesn't change you. He helps you become more of who you already are, eh? Man's character is not revealed in what he says when he wants you, it's revealed in what he does when he already has you. Because consistency is not built on emotion. It's built on integrity. When a man values you, his effort doesn't fade once he wins your attention. He keeps showing up not because he has to, but because it's who he is. His love doesn't depend on convenience. It's not seasonal, not conditional, not performative. It's steady. And that steadiness is what separates a man who's serious from a man who's just available. Anyone can be consistent when things are easy. But consistency when life gets complicated, when the spark cools, when misunderstandings happen, when distance sets in, that's when his true nature comes out. See, some men chase the feeling of love, but lack the discipline to maintain it. They show passion but not patience, attention but not accountability. And over time, that inconsistency becomes emotional instability. It keeps you guessing, doubting, overthinking. You start mistaking unpredictability for excitement, chaos for chemistry. But real love is calm. It's not the thrill that burns. It's the warmth that stays. A man who values you doesn't disappear when you need him most. He doesn't make you question whether you matter. He's consistent because his love is rooted in principle. It's not performance. He understands that affection means nothing without reliability, that promises mean nothing without follow-through, that words mean nothing if his actions don't echo them. A consistent man brings peace, not confusion. He gives reassurance, not excuses. He builds trust, not tension, and you'll feel it not in grand gestures, but in the quiet reliability of his presence. The good morning text he never forgets. The small things he does without being asked. The way he keeps his word when no one's watching. That's not habit. That's character. Because consistency is not about perfection. It's about commitment. It's saying, I may not get it right every time, but I'll always show up trying. And that's what real love looks like. Not flawless, but faithful. Not loud, but lasting. So when you meet a man who's consistent, understand that you're not just witnessing effort, you're witnessing his values. You're seeing the evidence of his emotional maturity, his respect for you, and his respect for himself. Because the truth is simple. Any man can love you once. But the one who keeps choosing you, through time, through tests, through change, that's the man whose love is real. Asterisk in the end. Love isn't about how hard someone can chase you. It's about how deeply they can see you. It's not about who makes your heart race for a moment, but who makes your soul rest for a lifetime. When a man truly values you, you won't have to question his intentions. You'll feel his care and his consistency, his respect and his listening, his love and the way he supports your growth. He won't try to shape you into someone smaller, quieter, or easier to handle. He'll hold space for your strength even when it challenges him, because he knows your power doesn't threaten his purpose. And maybe that's what love really is, not fireworks. Not perfection, not constant excitement, but understanding. It's two people who choose to keep showing up, even when it's inconvenient. It's building something that doesn't just survive the storm, but grows because of it. So stop giving your heart to people who only desire your presence but don't respect your essence. Stop mistaking intensity for intimacy. Stop confusing being wanted with being valued. The man who truly values you won't make you beg for his attention. He'll give it freely because he knows your worth without needing to be reminded of it. He won't make you prove your place in his life. He'll protect it. And when you find that kind of love, you'll realize it's not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person. Because the love you attract will always mirror the love you give yourself. So start there. Value yourself enough to walk away from confusion. Respect yourself enough to wait for consistency. And love yourself enough to stop settling for anything that doesn't help you grow. Because when you know your worth, you won't chase validation. You'll attract devotion. And the one who truly values you will never need to be convinced to stay.